Hey there, DIY enthusiasts! Are you ready to embark on a new home improvement adventure? Ready to transform your floors from drab to fab? Imagine walking into a room and being greeted by a stunning new floor that you installed yourself. Tile flooring is a fantastic choice, and guess what? It's versatile, comes in a variety of styles, and can fit any aesthetic you have in mind. You can absolutely tackle this project yourself. With a bit of patience and the right guidance, you'll be amazed at what you can achieve. It's not as intimidating as it seems. In fact, it's a rewarding experience that can boost your confidence and add value to your home. Tile instantly upgrades any space, offering durability and a timeless appeal that never goes out of style. Whether it's your kitchen, bathroom, or living room, tile flooring can make a significant impact. Before we dive in, let's talk tools. Having the right tools is crucial for a smooth installation process. Don't worry, you won't need a truckload. We'll keep it simple. Just a few essential tools will do the trick. You'll need a tape measure to ensure you get the dimensions just right. A notched trowel for spreading that sticky mortar evenly across the floor. Tile spacers for those perfect gaps between each tile. A tile cutter to make precise cuts, and a rubber grout float for that finishing touch to smooth out the grout and secure your tiles in place. Oh, and of course, your beautiful tiles, mortar and grout. With these supplies, you're all set to create a stunning new floor that will be the envy of all your friends and family. Having the right tools on hand is like having all the ingredients measured out before you start baking a cake. It makes the whole process smoother and more enjoyable. Imagine starting a recipe and realizing halfway through that you're missing a crucial ingredient. The same principle applies to DIY projects. When you have everything you need within arm's reach, you can focus on the task at hand without unnecessary interruptions. Trust me, there's nothing more frustrating than having to stop mid-project to run to the hardware store. Not only does it break your concentration, but it also wastes valuable time. Picture this. You're in the middle of laying tiles and you realize you don't have enough adhesive. Now you have to clean up, drive to the store, find what you need, and then get back to work. It's a hassle that can easily be avoided with proper preparation. Besides the essentials we mentioned earlier, consider a few extra items that can make your life easier. Think about tools that can help you work more efficiently and comfortably. For instance, having a variety of trowels can help you apply mortar more evenly, and a good pair of gloves can protect your hands from rough materials. A bucket for mixing mortar, a sponge for cleanup, and a sturdy mixing paddle can make a big difference in the quality of your work. Mixing mortar to the right consistency is crucial for a strong bond, and having the right tools makes this task much simpler. Knee pads to save your knees are essential, especially if you're working on a large area. Spending hours on your knees can be incredibly uncomfortable and even painful. Knee pads provide the cushioning you need to work longer without discomfort. And a level to ensure your tiles are perfectly flat are all great additions to your DIY arsenal. A level helps you avoid uneven surfaces, which can be a nightmare to fix later on. Ensuring your tiles are level from the start saves you time and effort in the long run. Remember, a well-prepared DIYer is a happy and successful DIYer when you take the time to gather all the necessary tools and materials before you start. You're setting yourself up for success. Not only will your project go more smoothly, but you'll also enjoy the process much more. So take a moment to prepare and you'll be rewarded with a job well done. Now let's talk about the foundation of your tile masterpiece, the subfloor. It needs to be clean, dry, and level. No shortcuts here. Vacuum or sweep away any dust bunnies and debris. If you're working with a concrete subfloor, patch up any cracks or imperfections. For a wooden subfloor, make sure it's sturdy and add a layer of cement board for extra support. Remember, a smooth and level surface is crucial for your tiles to sit properly and avoid cracking later on. It's like building a house. You need a solid foundation, so take your time with this step and your future self will thank you. Before you go slapping on that mortar, let's talk layout. This step is like planning a road trip. You don't want to end up lost in the middle of nowhere. First, find the center of your room. Snap some chalk lines to create your starting point. Now, do a dry run. Place your tiles along the lines using those handy spaces to maintain consistent gaps. This is where you make sure everything fits perfectly, especially around tricky corners or obstacles. Remember, measure twice, cut once. Section 5. Mixing the mortar, the glue that holds it all together. Time to mix up that magic potion, also known as mortar. This is the essential step that ensures your tiles will stay firmly in place for years to come. This sticky substance is what bonds your tiles to the floor. So follow the instructions on the package carefully. The right mix will make all the difference in the durability and appearance of your finished project. Too much water, and it'll be runny. Too little, and it'll be impossible to spread. Achieving the perfect consistency is key. Think of it like making a cake batter. It needs to be just right. Dump the dry mix into your bucket, add water gradually, and mix it with your trowel until it's the consistency of peanut butter. This gradual process helps you control the texture and ensures a smooth, workable mix. Don't try to be a hero and mix a giant batch at once. Work in smaller amounts to prevent it from drying out before you can use it. Smaller batches are easier to manage and will save you from the frustration of wasted material. Remember, patience and precision are your best friends in this process. Section 6. Laying your first tiles, starting strong. All right, here comes the fun part. Scoop up some mortar with your trowel and spread it evenly across a small section of your prepped floor, about the size of 3 or 4 tiles. Don't go overboard and spread too much at once. Mortar dries faster than you might think. Now gently press your first tile into the mortar using a slight twisting motion. Use your level to make sure it's flat, and don't forget those spaces. Repeat the process with the surrounding tiles, working your way outward from your center point. Section 7. Cutting tiles, making perfect edges. Unless you live in a perfectly square box, you'll probably need to cut some tiles to fit around those pesky walls and corners. Don't worry, it's not as scary as it sounds. A tile cutter is your best friend here. Measure carefully, mark your tile, and score it with the cutter. Then use the built-in snapper to break the tile along the scoreline. For more intricate cuts, you can use a wet saw, which is like a mini saw, specifically designed for tiles. Section 8. Letting the mortar cure. Patience is a virtue. Once all your tiles are laid, it's time to play the waiting game. Resist the urge to walk on your newly tiled floor immediately. Mortar needs time to cure properly, usually around 24 to 48 hours, but check the manufacturer's instructions just to be safe. This curing period is crucial for the mortar to reach its full strength and ensure your tiles stay put for years to come. So grab a book, put your feet up, and let that mortar do its thing. Trust me, the wait will be worth it. Section 9. Grouting, filling the gaps for a polished look. After the mortar has cured, it's time for the finishing touch, grouting. Grout fills in those gaps between your tiles, creating a polished and professional look while also preventing dirt and grime from settling in. Mix your grout according to the package directions and use your rubber grout float to press it into the gaps at a 45-degree angle. Work in small sections, wiping away any excess grout with a damp sponge as you go. Section 10. Sealing the deal, protecting your new floor. Congratulations, you've successfully tiled your floor. Now let's talk about protecting your hard work. Sealing your grout is an optional step, but it's highly recommended, especially for high traffic areas or areas prone to moisture like bathrooms and kitchens. Grout sealer acts like an invisible shield, repelling stains and making your grout easier to clean. Simply apply it according to the manufacturer's instructions, let it dry, and voila, your beautiful new tile floor is ready to withstand the test of time and foot traffic.